played a pretty sloppy game tonight, losing to the Minnesota Wild 5-2. 3-goal margin, obviously, but the Sharks actually, I guess I'll give them credit. They did come back from a 3-0 deficit and made it 3-2. Made things interesting, pulled the goalie, and then stuff went downhill from there, obviously allowing empty net goals. But yeah, the Wild look great out the gate. This is Adin Hill's 5th consecutive start for the Sharks. And I think he's getting fatigued or tired or something because, I mean, I'll give him credit for the Calgary game, but this game he just looked tired and kind of flat-footed. He was 22 of 25, so an 880 save percentage. Cam Talbot was in net for the Wild. He's obviously a very, very talented goalie, but the Sharks did beat the Wild last time we met up back earlier in the season. And Talbot was 33 of 35, so a 943 save percentage. The only Sharks goals came from Jonathan Dahlen and Hertl. Dahlen was aggressive all game. He was destined to score. He was getting shots on net, hitting posts, whatnot, and he actually had an assist as well on the Hertl goal. Hertl has been on fire lately, obviously with the hat trick last game, so now a goal today. Erik Karlsson with the point with an assist, and Logan Couture as well. But that was it for the Sharks. They, didn't have much offense besides that third period. I think if the Sharks played, better in the first and second periods, I think they would have had a chance at winning this. Maybe they would have won it. I think also the penalty minutes for the Sharks were just annoying. Jake Middleton, he had way too many penalty minutes. The Wild had their first goal from Kevin Fiala. Then they had one from Yoel Eriksson, Kirill Kaprizov, and then 2 from Jordan Greenway. And then, albeit, 2 of those goals from them were empty netters. The Sharks just look, like I mentioned earlier, sloppy. I think the fact that their penalty kill was good against, teams prior to this, and then tonight, practically, I'd say the reason why we lost, the main reason we lost this was penalties, because those penalties were being translated to goals because the Sharks couldn't stay out of the penalty box. Now, I think, overall, the Sharks are just consistently inconsistent, which is the problem. They were great last game, and then they play a team that I think is same caliber as Calgary. Minnesota is one of the best teams in the league, so is Calgary, and, the Sharks just pretty much, the score, I guess, shows that they lost by a lot. It was close, but 3-0 at one point was bad. They're going to play the Dallas Stars next game. The Stars, I think, are a pretty decent team from what I've seen. They have a lot of talent. I know they have really good goaltending tandem. The Sharks' offense has been slow as of late, so hopefully they can capitalize and, do well on that. The Stars, I guess, they're actually around the same standing as us, but I think they probably have the edge on the goalie situation. But I got to say, I think the Sharks, they have to be more consistent. They have to go on a roll. Like teams like Calgary and Minnesota, they go on rolls, and it's because the goalie is able to thrive off of the team playing well. Look at, the Wild, for example. Cam Talbot is winning games for them. Sharks are not getting that many wins out of Adin Hill. They're getting wins, but it's not because of him. They're getting wins because of, good comebacks. Like the Calgary game, we were losing in that by multiple goals. 2 goals deficit. In this, we were losing by 3, and we actually, made it close and made it interesting. But, they just couldn't tie it up, and that was the issue. They pulled the goalie. They got really close to scoring. Like I said, Jonathan Dahlen was aggressive. I'm really liking the player he's become. I'm sure we all know, where he started and now where he is. It's just a big difference. But I got to say, though, I don't think the Sharks are consistent enough to be a playoff caliber team. Now in the standings, they're still pretty good in terms of standing, and they're not a horrible team in terms of goal scoring and whatnot. Right now they sit at 5th in the division, but very much close to the spots upcoming in front of them. So I don't think the Sharks need to necessarily worry we're not going to make the playoffs, but I think they do have to worry about winning individual games and winning close games, because playoffs are ultimately decided by games like those. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Sharks lose in the Minnesota Wild by a final score of 5-2. The Sharks moved to 14-12-1 through 27 games, and the Wild moved to 19-6-1. Pretty good team. They don't even have double-digit losses. So, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. Go Sharks.